Hello everyone, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy 2024. We are at the end of the year, so I thought I would do a series of videos on what have been my most used plugin in 2023. These are gonna be fun and quick video lists, and of course I wanna know what have been your most used plugins in 2023. Write it in the comments down below. In this one, my most used clippers for 2023. Let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you guys are having a great day. Before we start, all the links to the plugins that we're gonna see in this video are gonna be in the info box down below, along with other cool links you should definitely check out. If you haven't already, go to the new website MixbusTv.com. In there you can find all the mix and mastering courses available on many different genres, start to finish. And right now until January 6th, you can use this coupon MixbusTv50 to get 50% off any of the mix and mastering courses. On the website you can book all the other courses as well, mix, mastering, private lesson, mix consultation, and a lot more. And if you want to access all the exclusive videos here on YouTube, click the join button down here, become a MixbusTv member. You also get mix consultations. And if the videos are helping you, you want to support the channel, consider using the super thanks or grab some merch. Let's get to the video. All right, we start with a classic. For me, this one is still one of the most used clippers, both for mixing and mastering. I use K Clip 3 by Kazrock a lot in mastering, and I also use it a lot in mixing. Actually, is one of my most used single tracks or group clippers. Nothing to say, we all know this thing. It's amazing. I usually never use anything other than smooth or crisp. Those are the two modes that I use the most, and I'm probably overlooking the other ones because they sound good if you want like a color type of saturation in clipper. I almost never use the 4-band mode, to be honest. Although it's a great function to have, I feel a little bit too much the crossovers, and most importantly, I don't usually need to use a multi-band clipper. If anything, I will use a multi-band limiter, but that's another thing. Second in line would be the TC Electronic Brickwall limiter, and for this one, I don't actually use the limiter, but I use only the soft clip part. You can see here my controller, and I usually almost use the hard mode. This is one of my most used clipper for kick and snare when I want to contain the nominal level a little bit. So this goes a lot on single tracks and groups. Next one is Ash by Acoustica Audio. I love this plugin. I love all the options that I have with all the different model converters. So I use this when I want a little bit of color and I want the clipping to act and react a certain way based on the model. So this one is less go-to. It requires a little bit of thinking and kind of looking for a special sound, but it definitely gives me a lot of options. So I like this. Next one is the clipper inside. I'm gonna turn everything off. Limiter number 6 by Tokyo Lab. Again, I said the same thing for Nova GE. Everything Tokyo Lab, you should just buy it. That's it. And check out the new filters and the new arbiter that Tokyo Lab recently released because they are freaking amazing. But again, the clipper in limiter number 6, it's pretty amazing. It can really shave off quite some nominal level on tracks, so without any noticeable distortion. It's a great tool to gain headroom. I usually keep it in brickwall mode. I usually keep the saturation below 50%, and I usually keep the knee at 0 or very low. I want to be very precise when I use this one because the downside of being transparent and kind of having this pleasant rounding effect is that you can go overboard very quickly. So yes, I use my ears, but I also need to use my eyes and see how much I am reducing with this because it's kind of easier than others to go overboard. Old but still gold, literally, is the T-Rex classic clipper. This one is just, I don't know, it's got a sound, of course. It has kind of a roll off of 50 Hertz. So I don't use it on a low-end material, but it has a sound. It's very easy to set up. I like the sound that it has. It's warm and fuzzy, and I usually use this when I want to push something a little far back, and it's still a great plugin. And last but not least, Newfangled Audio Saturate. This is kind of like the classic clipper, so it has a sound. Actually, let's put it this way. It's fairly transparent if you use like 1 or 2 dB of a gain reduction of clipping, but I like to push this one. So when I use this one, when I reach for this one, it's because I want to push things and I want to hear the saturation because again, it's warm and fuzzy, kind of a little more grunty than the classic clipper. That's why I like it. But it's never harsh. It never pushes the high mids, which in digital is always like a problem. I really love this. It's got a sound, it's very organic, and it has the detail preservation slide, which is pretty amazing. Pretty much everything that Newfangled Audio does, it's in my book. And that's it, another short and sweet list. I want to know, what are your most used clippers for 2023 in the comments down below. If you like the video, please don't forget to leave a like or use a super thanks, support the channel. All the links to these plugins are going to be in the info box down below, most of them with discounts. And speaking of discounts, go to the new website if you haven't already, MixbusTv.com, and use code MixBus50 until January 6th to get 50% off any and all mix and mastering courses available in there. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe. See you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so